Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Liz, and the last time you guys saw my craft room, this is what it looked like. This is actually in my bedroom, and it was just getting way too cramped in there for everything that I have doing YouTube full-time and crafting for my job. You can only imagine the absolute disaster that this looks the majority of the time. This was right after I'd cleaned it, and it was looking pretty good. Shoot to, when I'm actually crafting and I have it set up a little bit different. Here you go. It's just a bit of a mess and cluttered, and it was making my bedroom just feel extremely not fun to be in. And then I was also running my business out of my bedroom on the other side. You can see that basically every single wall in my bedroom was taken up by either my craft space or my business. So we decided to take my children's playroom and turn it into my office and craft room. They are hardly ever in there anyways. So this is what it's going to look like before. Just to give you a brief kind of visual of what we were working with, and my sweet brother-in-law and my husband came and put doors there. My brother-in-law framed it all out and my husband put the doors in, and I could not be happier. My house was a complete construction zone for a while, doing everything from, carving out the drywall and squaring it all up. It was a mess. So it was a bit of a lengthy process to get everything finished up. I just really needed my own space that I could close the door. My husband could go in our bedroom and work when he works from home, and just to be able to have this space for my office and my crafting has made it so much easier now just to clean up my bedroom and make that what I want it as well. That'll be my next project. So I want to show you how I organized everything that I bought and used to organize my business stuff and organize my crafting. It is a long process to get all this figured out. Even though I have the majority of everything completely organized, I can tell you that I am going to be reorganizing over and over and over again. I just know myself, and nothing ever stays the way that I originally have it, so I guarantee you there'll be stuff in this video that will be changing soon. So we just purchased these really pretty double doors from a local store in Arizona, and we bought the hardware to go on it from Lowe's, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. It still needs to be mudded and textured and painted, so that's still a process that is continuing to happen. Just not right now. The doors can close, and that's good enough for me and to be able to work in this space. So obviously we had to get everything out of this room. My kids, they tend to destroy just about everything. So the couch was a disaster. Even after cleaning out the couch, you move the couch and there's stuff underneath the couch. And there was a whole shelf full of toys in here that we had already taken out. And we got rid of a lot of toys that were no longer played with and put them in our girls' bedroom. So that's another space that's gonna need to be redone soon to organize all of that. So I have my work cut out. And this is just a little den area in our house. So there are no closets or anything like that. And so I just had to make do with using storage shelves. Now comes the process of taking everything out of my bedroom and moving it into this room. So the majority of the furniture that I'm going to be using is from IKEA. I did pick up 2 shelves from IKEA. I can't remember the exact name of them, but I'll have them listed in the description box. But I really like them because they do have the 2 drawers underneath on the very bottom, which I think is perfect for storing my crafting stuff. And then I do have other white shelves that also came from IKEA, and then my desks come from IKEA as well. The only things that didn't are my white cube shelves, and I picked those up from Target. So here is what we are looking at so far with all of that put in there. Kind of trying to figure out how I want to place everything, because while, you know, it is its own room, I do have so many shelves and, you know, only 2 walls. So I had to kind of figure out how exactly to place everything out. But in the end, I think it worked out really, really well. So just continuing to bring all my stuff from my bedroom and organizing all of my shelving. I will go through all of my shelves and drawers and show you guys exactly what I placed in them and how I'm storing everything. One thing that I was really excited to do was store my ribbon a different way than I had before. So I purchased some tension rods off of Amazon, and I am just putting all of my ribbon on the tension rod. And for the ribbon with the smaller hole in the middle, you can actually take that rubber end off, and then I was able to get my ribbon on there, and then I placed my little rubber piece back on my tension rod. And then I just put those up in my bookcase. And for me, I'm a very visual person, so I like to be able to see everything that I have instead of having absolutely everything hidden away and in bins. I like to be able to just kind of look over, see what I've got, pick it out. If I don't see it, I'm going to forget about it and not remember that I have it. So for whatever I can have out, I definitely try to have out. Another cool find that I found on Amazon was this hanging contraption. I don't remember the name of it. I'll have it linked down below. I purchased it off of Amazon, like I said, and this was used to store and organize my products for my website. So if you didn't know, I make and sell woodcraft kits, and this was perfect to store all of my inventory and everything that I have, things that are just ready to go. And I could, you know, sit at my desk and pack and just grab stuff out of these containers. This just totally changed the game when it came to packing my orders. Made it so much easier, so I'm not running around the room going from my desk to my inventory. It's all just right here, and I was able to organize it and make it so much easier to pack my orders. And then the next thing I really needed was a calendar, because that's another thing. If I don't see what's going on in my day or my month, I'm going to completely space it. So I need something right there where I'm at every day. And I just picked this calendar up from Amazon and hung it on my wall using a push pin. It's really cute. It's got a cute florally pattern to it, and it worked perfect. And then I just started organizing my bins, going through what I had, trying to get them as organized and, you know, neat as I possibly could. I tried to organize it kind of by theme, if you will, you know, signs in one section. I've got my blank wood pieces in another, my floral stuff in another. Just tried to get it as organized as I possibly could. And then I wanted to show you guys this. I got the Mimo caddy from mollyollie.com. This is so cute. I am so excited that they sent it to me. It's this big old caddy that you can use for storage for your crafting stuff, or you can use it as a big old diaper bag for your babies. I've got 3 kids. Thankfully, the majority of them are, you know, they don't necessarily need big old diaper bags anymore. But I wanted to use this to organize my business stuff. So over on my order table where I can package all of that stuff, I thought this was so much fun because it has so many different compartments to it, and it worked perfect to hold all of my business and order stuff. So I'm going to put in all of my little baggies to organize my pieces, each of my little craft kits. I've got my thank you cards in there, my pens, my scale, everything just fits perfectly in there. Everything, and then I have plenty of room for more. So, and I also have a link to their website. One thing I also noticed about it, it is premium quality, so it has really good workmanship. It's soft, and it is a chemical-free material. It stays in shape even when it's empty, and I was really surprised by the packaging, how it was so small, and when I took it out, everything just stayed all nice and open. I didn't have to struggle to keep any of the pockets open. There's a zipper pocket with an elastic organizing band to keep your small items away in there. There's just, I really enjoy this little caddy. It's sitting on my desk and helping me keep everything nice and organized in one place. I did have 2 organizers before, but this fits everything perfectly. So like I said, I will have them linked down in my description box if you would like to check them out. Another thing that I really like using when I'm organizing are the command hooks. I got these off of Amazon, and I specifically like these ones because the hooks are metal and they do, you know, kind of pull out a ways so that you can fit more on it. I'll have those linked below as usual. And then my husband and I cut out this paint organizer from our laser machine, and I use this to organize a lot of my paint. While the majority of my stuff in my craft room isn't, you know, super appealing to the eye, I did want 2 of my bookcases to look nicer than the rest. A lot of my craft room is more functional than it is pretty. But I did want a little, you know, a couple shelves of prettiness to it, and I really liked this organizer, and I thought it was a really cute way to display my paints. I am thinking about making and selling crafting organizers through our website. If that's something that you're interested in, let me know. They would be something similar to this organizer that I have for my paints right here. Other things could be, I want to do paint pens, organizers for those, or markers. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in, and I will definitely keep that in mind as we go forward in making more things for our website. So if you want organizational pieces, definitely let me know. So starting on this white shelf, this is where I store all of my spray paints and my stains. I've got my planners and pins and stickers for my planners. I've got all of my glitters that I've gotten from Walmart and Dollar Tree and some face paints. Then I've got this random shelf with a bunch of random baskets. Some paper, and then in this bottom shelf, this is where I store my long craft paper and my tall canvases. And then on this blue caddy, I've got this file organizer that I picked up from Walmart. Actually, I picked it up from Target, and I store my Dollar Tree calendars in here. I store my scrap paper when I'm using paper. I don't want to just, throw away all the scraps, so I put them in there. And then I'm also storing my felt sheets and then all of my stickers. So stickers that I get from the Dollar Tree, that I get from Hobby Lobby, all those kinds of things I can find right here just in this file organizer. I really like it. just so it's nice and easy. It's just easy to store all my stuff in here. So the majority of stickers and scrap pieces of paper, that's where it's going to be going. And then in the rest of my caddy, it's just kind of, randomness. I don't know how many other people just have random stuff, but I put one of these command hooks on there, and I'm hanging my metal hoops. So like my metal wreaths, those are in there, and I really like how they fit on there. Over in my storage cube boxes, I have all of my crafting stuff in here. Not all of it, but the majority of it. So I start off with my floral pieces. I have my solo wood flowers in 3 different containers, 3 different boxes. I have a ton. I'm a little bit obsessed. So I have all of them organized in here. I need to take the rest out of the baggies and just have them in the bins. And then I have my more kind of, I guess it's kind of Christmassy, with my berry garlands and my pine cones and wood, pieces, wood slices, all that kind of stuff in these next couple of bins. Just more of that florally kind of stuff is in there. I tried my best to organize it where all these things were kind of close together, so I wasn't, searching through every single bin to try to find exactly what I needed. And then moving on after that, I'm going to have my wood stuff. So my blank wood signs, blank wood boxes, wood cubes, everything like that. That's just completely blank wood pieces I put into this bin. For this one, I have all of my wood circles, wood hearts, wood letters. I have some wood candlesticks, just anything kind of, wood, obviously, and shapes and pieces like that I'm going to put into this bin. Do people like seeing what everybody, has in, how they organize everything? I'm a nosy person. I like seeing what's in every single bin. When people are doing organizational or, craft room kind of updates, I want to see what's in those bins. I like to see how you organized everything. So bear with me. If you don't, you can fast forward, but I just think it's fun for you guys to see what I have in here. So this one, I have a lot of my galvanized pieces from the Dollar Tree, some houses, some mason jars, trucks, these fun little, I don't even know what they're called, galvanized signs, some more trucks, and then some extra signs that didn't fit anywhere else. And then I also have some more wood signs from the Dollar Tree, from Michael's. I have my wood crates in here, just, jam-packed full of DIY stuff. In this next one, I have more signs. These are all things from the Dollar Tree, mostly just their little tiny signs that you can DIY with. And then the bottom 2 right here are my Bath and Body Works candles, because I have nowhere else to put them without my son coming and getting into them, and I'm afraid he's going to drop one on his toe and break it. So they're in bins. This is another kind of random bin, just with some windmills, some galvanized buckets, a lantern, just kind of randomness in there. And then this is my extra bit of ribbon, mostly for holidays or duplicates. And then this 4-piece organizer over here is for my business. So I've got all the pieces that I have painted and made that are up on my website. They're in this little bucket. And then below that is just also some extra little pieces that have been cut out of my laser, and then have been cut out of my sister and her husband's laser. And then I've got my boxes, my baggies, I've got my beads and my twine over here, where I cut all the twine and count all the beads. They are in there. And then all of my packing tape. I've gone through a ton of it and I'm almost out. And one thing that I absolutely love about this area is I can pack all my boxes and put them there to be shipped. And then this little organizer right here, I absolutely love. I use this to store all of my pieces that are extra pieces from my craft kits. When we're cutting, if something messes up, we're gonna have extra pieces. And this is where I store all of those. It is absolutely perfect and I love it. And then again, my storage for my inventory for my business. I have all of my inventory that I have on hand in these buckets and have them all organized into themes. And then as my husband cuts them out, they just come in here. I put them in their baggies and I organize them into their little containers, which it just makes my life so much easier. And then I have my Mimo caddy from Molly Ollie, like I said, organizing all of my business needs that I have right there, right next to me, ready to be packing and getting orders out. And then over to my other side of the wall with my other shelves, I have hung up a command hook for my long garlands. And then my top shelf, I just have my stencils up there. The majority of them are stencils, and then some random things, Arteza paint pens, things like that. I've got my IKEA pegboard with little tools and knickknacks in there. I've got all of my chalk paint, and then another little organizer for some more pens, but I want to get rid of that and make a different paint pen holder for all of those. I've got my Cricut heat press and then some more little tools. In this bottom basket, I have all my thrifted items that I currently have that I want to do little thrift flips with. And then those two organizers up above there, they just hold little tool things. And then up to the top of the next shelving unit, I wanted to have these two shelving units, the gray ones, to be more of display. So I've got this top little container full of little felt balls, which I think are so cute. I've got my Arteza paint pens. I've got all of my paint organized in my little paint caddy. And one of my DIY pieces from a thrift flip, this jar, I just love it. And then I put some paintbrushes inside of it. And then in the two baskets below it, I've got all of my wreath forms that I could fit in there, all of them besides the extra large ones. And then in the next one, I've got all my fabrics and cloths and gnome beard fur, and I just keep them right in there. Below that, I have all of my twine and baker's twine and burlap stuff, all of in that little black container. And then I have those extra paints to the side that wouldn't fit in my paint caddy. And then, yes, I did purchase an entire thing full of the Dollar Tree houses online and had them shipped to me. You never know when you're going to need them. And since they're so incredibly hard to find in store, I thought, what the heck? I'll just purchase an entire box full. And then below that is just kind of another random drawer with buckets and baskets and a candlestick holder. Just kind of randomness is in that drawer. And then I've got my IKEA drawers. I believe they're called the Alex drawers, right underneath my desk, where I have my Cricut on top. This first drawer holds all of my long HTV, things that I don't want rolled up. Below that is all of my vinyl scraps. I have a ton of them and I needed a place for them, so they are just all in that drawer. And then I've also got another drawer with my Cricut materials. And then the drawer below that has a whole bunch of large words that mostly came from the Dollar Tree. So just larger pieces that wouldn't fit anywhere else. Those large words are going to go in there. And then below that I have all of my wood things. So my skewer sticks, my dowels, my tumbling tower pieces, my wood planks, anything that's kind of wood-like, popsicle sticks, all that stuff is in that drawer. And then below that are my big signs from the Dollar Tree that I use to DIY with. So those are kept in there. And then moving on to my other gray shelf, I'm going to have my ribbon organization with those tension rods. With that Arteza caddy, I use this to put florals in. And obviously this isn't all the florals that I have. I have a ton more of them. I just use this to take out the florals that I want to use and things that maybe I purchased recently things that kind of go along with this season. I'm going to put in there so I can easily grab it. This has a cute little handle on it, and it actually comes in a 2-pack, and the caddies fit together on top of each other. So I just thought this would be perfect to hold my florals. I'll link Artesa's baskets or these caddies down below. You can also find a 10% off discount for them in my description box as well. And then in my baskets below that, I have all of my glass stuff. So I have little kids and I don't want them to be able to reach these, take them out and break them. So I wanted to put them somewhere up high where they wouldn't be able to get into them. So I just put all of my glass things in those 2 baskets, some more ribbons on my tension rods, and then in those drawers, I'm going to have all of my picture frames and a lot of signs and just a whole lot of stuff from the Dollar Tree. A whole lot of signs and picture frames is basically what that is. And then below that will be more Dollar Tree signs, things that are blank that you can DIY with, and you know, these little tag pieces. And then over to my last white shelf, I've got my vinyl rolls. These are anything from Cricut to HTV, things that I purchased off of expressionsvinyl.com. I got these organizers, roll organizers from Joann's, I think last year. And then I also put my transfer tape that I also get from Expressions Vinyl on here as well. I love Expressions Vinyl, especially their transfer tape, and I will always have them linked in my description box because I absolutely love them. Their transfer tape is the best in my opinion from what I've used. And then below that, in these 2 baskets, I have all of my string and my yarn in one, and then the other one just has extra vinyl in it, going to more of my bulk white and black vinyl in there. And then below this shelf, I just have some rocks and sand, some, crates, some galvanized extra pieces that have come off of other things. It's more of just kind of getting to that randomness where you don't really know where to put it, and this is where it goes. I've got some of my extra ribbon that has been cut into longer pieces that I didn't want to throw away. I've got some extra florals and extra little tools in the other bin, and then this is where I keep all my 12x12 sheets of vinyl in that little bin, and this bin holds all of some more signs. How much signs could I need? I don't know. But these 2 containers came from Michael's. And then this last shelf down here is all my sewing stuff. And then I did get a new desk, which I actually really like. Would I recommend it necessarily for the craftsmanship? Probably not. It wasn't that well crafted, and you put things together and it doesn't fit the way that it should, but I do really like the storage and organization that it gives. So these shelves over here hold all of my scrapbook paper packs, which is perfect. They're heavy, and so I'm able to fit all of those paper packs in there and have them all nice and organized. So all of my paper packs are in there. My scrapbook packs fit right inside these little shelves. I'm also able to fit my stretched canvases that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. And then that last shelf, it's just some more randomness that I'm sure I will go through and organize eventually. And then you come around the little corner and I'm gonna have more shelves. So this little bucket is just full of extra little floral pieces that I stick in here while I'm crafting. I've got a bucket full of rubber bands, a little bucket full of popsicle sticks. You can never have too many of those. And then below that, I have some tools like my miter shears. I have all my Cricut tools. Below that, I have my terracotta pots and more of kind of my ceramic-y kind of pieces. Onto the other side is where I keep my hot glue guns and my heat gun. And then you open up this little drawer, and this is where I keep all of my paints that I use the majority of the time. So a lot of my Waverly paints, and then all of my glue sticks go right here as well, so that they're all readily available and within reach while I'm crafting. And then you go to the other side of that, and I have this little accordion organizer where I keep a lot of my extra scrapbook paper as well, my loose papers. I have a big paper cutter, and then I've got books down below that I like to use for crafting. And then here is my Hobby Lobby organizer that I use to hold all of my paintbrushes, which I feel like I have a million of them. And then it also has a drawer on the front where I like to keep all of my glues, my little desk vacuum, some tape, baby wipes, floral wire, hot glue gun finger protectors, wires, all that, good tool type stuff that you're gonna need while you're crafting. And that's it. This is my new craft room and office. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gave you some ideas for how you guys can organize your craft room. If you guys liked this updated craft room tour, let me know what thing that you liked most in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe before you guys leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!